Hello everyone, welcome to the InfoVest Market Summary, where I'll be talking about trade ideas and talking about what has happened in the markets today. And so generally I do this for my private Discord chat room members. Anyone who subscribed to that chat room, the private chat room, they receive special videos on the markets, trading themes, investment themes, and any other ideas, topics, or questions that members have. I'm happy to do a video for them. If you're not part of the InfoVest Discord private chat room, you can join today by going to um, inforvesting.com. So as you can see here, inforvesting.com. And here on the website, I have here free podcasts that I do. If you want to subscribe to the chat room, you would have to go to services, private member Discord chat room, and you get everything here, all the information you need for this to join for the private chat room. And like I mentioned, everything that I mentioned real time about the markets or in the markets, I talk about here in this chat room. Any big trade ideas, which I'll talk about today, what we talked about in the private chat room today. Um, all of those things go into for private members in that Discord chat room. So we talk about investment ideas. I'll be posting premium podcasts or videos on market themes, which you'll see today in this video, kind of what I do. Talk about stock themes, bond ideas, how to trade them. You can do it via ETFs and options. We've done many trades like that in the past. Commodities, forex, cryptocurrencies, any bullish, bearish trends, and any other opportunities that I see, and any questions that you have. You can participate in that chat room or even post your ideas as well, and we can discuss about them. So if you want to sign up, you'll just go to this website and you fill up your information here, your first name, last name, email, and so on. And you could pay through PayPal or with your card, either for $30 a month or $1 a day, or subscribe for the yearly package of $300 a year, which saves you 2 months every year. So that's that, and these are the instructions you could follow. Once you sign up, you do have to download the Discord app if you're gonna follow it through your phone, or you can go and create an account on the website by just going to discord.com, and you will just have to wait till we send you an email on what the next steps are and how to join it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Just message me and I can discuss more about it. Okay, other than that, we'll discuss a couple of interesting ideas today. So just to sum up what has happened today in the markets, we see here this is the S&P 500, and here we have NASDAQ, and here we have the Russell 2000, and here we have the Dow Jones. So today in the overnight session, we had the S&P 500 kind of consolidating a bit, and then once it reached to the 9:30 open, we had a bullish open, followed by a kind of a sell-off, panic sell-off, which is just a squeeze, as we see here, from around 10 a.m. to around 11:15 a.m., followed by a pickup where bids started to come in and back to where we started in the morning around 10 a.m. So we did see that in all of the kind of indices today. We saw that in S&P. We also saw it here in NASDAQ. and the Russell 2000 also saw the same thing here, and the Dow as well, with of course, as we see here, the S&P being the leader in its pickup after that drop. In terms of NASDAQ, we are seeing NASDAQ overall being a leading index as of, not right now, but in the overnight session. We did see a pickup in NASDAQ, and we did see a spike up in the when the market opened, and mainly on the back of earnings this week. We're going to have a couple of tech companies that are going to be posting earnings, and we did hear from Netflix posting stronger than expected earnings, and we expect also Apple, Facebook, Tesla, and so on to do the same. So that's being kind of expected or baked into the markets, and we're seeing basically the markets front running the earnings by buying NASDAQ, and with NASDAQ being kind of the leading index because of these earnings. So if we go and look at a longer time frame, look at the 4 hour, we did see NASDAQ did puke, but it got picked up quite quickly, and we compare it with S&P 500. So we see more of kind of a bullish trend in NASDAQ as compared to S&P, which is more consolidating on the sideways over here. Other than that, we did have some interesting stocks, especially today. This was mentioned in the private Discord chat room. So as you can see here, this was pre-market, and we're talking about GameStop. GameStop did have positive news about some activist investors moving into the stock, and we see here that in January 13th, it spiked up, and then it consolidated, and then it spiked up again, and then we had another huge squeeze. I would call this a squeeze because we did have institutions or other people here try to short this, which caused them to eventually be squeezed and be forced out of the position, as we had more buyers into GameStop. But I saw this as a pretty irrational move, and just this euphoric buying didn't make sense, especially we had a spike all the way to 160. If we include if we're talking about just today, this was today, we're on Friday, we were at $60, and then we spiked up, we spiked up 100% all the way to 160. So in pre-market, we went up to 130, and then we came off to around $80, and then 160 again. And then I mentioned this in my private Discord chat room, where before the market opened, I was looking to buy puts on this. And yes, I did buy it early. I should have waited for kind of a bigger squeeze again. I was kind of expecting this to happen, but I really wanted to get in, and it was it just didn't make sense to me for such a big move and for it to continue. And I was expecting this gap here to be closed around this mark. So I can show you here. This gap to be closed. So I came here in the morning before the market opened, mentioned in the private Discord chat room that I'm shorting the 90 strike price puts through puts. So I'm buying puts on GameStop and 90 strike price, and it did start to come off, but again it squeezed in my face, and this was just a squeeze here, as we can see. And we did reach to 160, and then we just puked all the way down to $60. And then this is where I got out of my puts for a 30% gain. And yeah, so it was just a kind of literally a short-term trade from 9:30 to 1 p.m. and we did, as you see here, did fill the gap, and we bounced off from this level here, the $60 level and high volume node, and we did fill that gap. We did bounce back up, and we're starting to a little bit move up higher. Why I'm not holding this trade is because anything can happen in this markets. Markets can remain irrationally, um, can remain more irrational, can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So that's a popular quote. So I mean, I could hold, but I'm going to take that 30% gain for sure, and not lose up on that opportunity. But it could, after shaking out everyone who was long, it could spike up again back to 160 and test that. Like I said, anything is possible, and I don't want to be caught on the wrong side of the trade. So I'm happy to take my 30% gain on GameStop and move on. I mean, there's nothing else to look here. I'm not looking to buy this dip. I'm not looking to short it. Nothing. I'm just moving on from this trade. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else to show you. We'll look at Tesla. So I, again, mentioned this in the Discord. Tesla has been on a euphoric rally and has been rising since the pandemic. And we did see Tesla move all the way to this 880 mark, and it looks like, Tesla can reach to this $1,000 mark over here. So I think, we could get Tesla pushing up, especially because earnings are coming up. So we can expect Tesla moving, a little bit more higher to that $1,000 mark, and the euphoric buying continues in Tesla, and especially because as traders are again kind of front running the earnings, so yeah, Tesla is expected to perform well in its earnings. So as we can see, this kind of consolidated box that we have here, we're starting to break out of this. And this was something that I mentioned, that you can do call debit spreads. I know the premiums on Tesla is pretty expensive, but again, in the private chat Discord room, I mentioned about a way to, we could see, first of all, we could see this consolidation breakout, and we could see this breakout to the $1,000 mark. And instead of buying calls, you could do call debit spreads, where you finance your trade and you're putting down less than actually putting down more money into the trade, so that you can make an X amount of profit. But the only thing with call debit spreads, it's your profit is capped depending how you trade it. So if you want more details on that call debit spread, feel free to join the private chat Discord room. You can visit inforvesting.com and find out more there. But this was something that we talked about over and over again, and as we did see today, we had a spike up followed by that NASDAQ shakeout, and now we're picking back up. Looks like we're reaching back, wanting to get out of this box, and we could continue to propel up until, let's see what happens during earnings. If we truly really beat expectations, then we could see the run up to 1,000. If we don't, or if we meet consensus, then we could see NASDAQ. We could see NASDAQ. Sorry, not NASDAQ. Yes, NASDAQ and Tesla come off. So something to keep an eye on. All these kind of tech stocks are going to preempt the rally in many other tech stocks that have earnings coming in. So again, Amazon is another one. I've been mentioning about Amazon for a very long time, again on the private Discord chat room, how we've been just really consolidating and ranging here. With this pandemic, I do expect that Amazon to really beat earnings way further against the consensus and also against the whispers number, which could which could push Amazon to the $4,000 mark. But if we get a disappointment, then we could see Amazon move down lower. So again, you can play this on call debit spreads, calls, or even just the stock itself. But right now we're consolidating, and we could have the move um, we could have the move begin early as this week before the earnings come in Amazon. Another one we could look at is Apple. So I mentioned this also. Apple has earnings coming up this week. And we could see here, we tested this level here. That's 138. And this is a pretty good resistance level. It looks like we want to break out of here. We have that kind of cup and handle formation. And if we really get a nice breakout in Apple, we could see Apple go to 175 on this breakout if earnings really beat expectation. So today we did see Apple break that resistance level. It did get rejected. NASDAQ also got rejected, so many of the tech stocks did come off. But if we look at just today, we broke out, we came back down, and the dip was bought very quickly, and we're starting to go back out and expecting that we would break out from this cup and handle formation. What else? Facebook is another one. Also have earnings. Again, it all depends. We can get front running happening in Facebook. I was short Facebook and I got out. My trade, this was a very old trade. I mean, you can go and see it on the Instagram page. So I'm just going to delete this because this was an old trade. Basically, what I was betting on was because of the Democratic win, that would be negative for tech stocks such as Facebook, being more regulated and so on and getting hit with fines and whatnot. So it was breaking out of this kind of pennant here. And we did break out from the support level, and I was expecting that the gap to be filled here, which we did reach, and I got out from this yellow line here. And as we see that the dip got bought up, and we're back into this range mode here. So any positive news, we could see Facebook push up higher on very strong earnings. So I'm just going to delete these here because they don't matter anymore. This trade was very old. So the new trade now becomes breaking out. Whoops. Breaking out of this kind of consolidation that we have here. So we can see now kind of nice support level here at 243. It got bought up, and we're testing this resistance level. Any strong earnings report or any strong news for Facebook, we could see it break to the $300 mark. All right, gold is another one. I want to talk about gold and Bitcoin after. So I was thinking, I mentioned this on the Discord chat room about shorting gold, but things have changed, and especially with Powell and Janet Yellen coming out. So first of all, Powell coming out and saying that they're in no way, in no hurry of tapering their bond purchasing program. And Yellen used to be part of the central bank. I mean, she used to be the Fed chair, and Yellen and Powell worked together, so they're buddies. And what Yellen mentioned, so Yellen is now the Treasury head of the Treasury Department, and that's a relief for Powell because Powell was having issues with Mnuchin before, and saying that um, they're not going to do much on the monetary front, but they need fiscal support. And now with Yellen in as head of the Treasury Department, Yellen mentioned that they will come out and provide as much fiscal support. And we can see that there will be, even though the central bank and the Treasury Department are supposed to be independent from each other, but we could still see the central bank, or Powell, support Yellen, and not want to create any tantrum in the bond market or stock market, as because Yellen mentioned that they want to take advantage of low yields. So and the reason is they're thinking about issuing a 50-year bond. So I was thinking initially, I had a trade on bonds where I was shorting bonds and I got out of that. It was the TBTs, and we made 89% off that. I can show that later. But the and I was thinking of getting back into it, but I've changed my mind because um, Powell will be there to support Yellen. So if those bonds come out, and if they want to keep rates lower, um, when Yellen issues those 50-year bonds, it will need to be bought somehow, and it will most likely be bought by the central bank printing money to help support those bond purchases. So again, we can expect the U.S. dollar to weaken on that, continue its weakness. So my kind of my outlook on the U.S. dollar and yields have changed because of this new kind of development of the 50-year bond coming out. So and also this new, when you look at um, Yellen being part of the central bank, and Powell being a good friend of Yellen, they're gonna try to support each other as much as they can, even though that they're independent. So until we start to hear more tapering news, and until things are out of the way, until there's more of a clear picture, then I'll get back into my bond short trade and get into shorting gold. But I think based on this, we could see weakness in the US dollar, yields to continue to be low, which can push gold back up higher, especially above the $2,000 mark. So um, we do see the support here in gold, and we can for sure see it test the 1921 and then break above, especially as the U.S. dollar continues to depreciate. So other than that, I just wanted to update on you on gold and the private members on gold, because I've been mentioning about this. Um, and for those who want to see the TBT trades, this is what I was talking about. This is the it's an ETF that rises when bond prices fall, and so around here, so I was long through call options, and got out when we hit the $18 mark, and took the 89% return. And we could see now TBTs are coming off, and we could see it come back down lower, um, back to where it started at $15-16. So this was a really, really good trade for the private members. Um, what else can I show you? If you have any questions about any stocks or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me, and I can discuss more about that. I do want to mention about this drone play that we were long for quite some time. So I bought around the $5 mark, and it skyrocketed to $15. So this was something that was mentioned on the private chat room. I do also talk about cryptocurrencies. I mentioned a particular crypto that I see reaching to 20x, but I'm not going to mention here as the private members have paid for such service. So if you want to find out more about that, you'll have to join the private Discord chat room and you can find all the information there. What else? Okay, so we'll look at Bitcoin. So we see here Bitcoin on the daily did bounce off. Well, first of all, it was on this downward kind of downward momentum. So it did reach the 40K mark, and then it sold off, and then picked up and sold off, picked up. So we can see it's hitting higher lows, and we did see Bitcoin break the 30K. It touched the 50-day moving average. It went to actually a little bit below it, so around the 28,000 mark, and it got bought up really quickly, bought up again, but it rejected the 34,000, and we're now down to 32. We could continue here in this downward momentum. I would like to see, and I use the word I would like to because anything can happen in Bitcoin. I would like to see Bitcoin come off to say around the $25,000 mark. It could, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to 20,000. So I'm ready for that as well. But 25,000 to start adding to a long position. And then even if it gets to 20,000, I'll be adding even more. And then from there, I will be targeting and looking at Bitcoin to go back above, breaking the highs and reaching to the $50,000 mark. So this is normal in Bitcoin. A drop to, let's see, drop from 40K to 25,000 is about a 38% drop, which is normal in Bitcoin. To 20,000 would make it 51% drop. Again, very normal numbers in Bitcoin. We did have this huge rally. I did mention this in the private Discord chat room. We are long-term buyers in Bitcoin. When it dropped back, let's look at this on a monthly. Okay, when Bitcoin went back all the way down to 3,000, everyone lost faith, and this is where we became bullish, and we are long-term holders in Bitcoin. So something to look out for is we do hold Bitcoin long-term, but we also have short-term trades in place that we can make money on the downfall of Bitcoin and even the rise in Bitcoin. So something to keep in mind. And if you don't have Bitcoin, you can trade the stock. There's a stock called GBTC, and GBTC. The thing about GBTC was it was trading at a premium of $48 when actually Bitcoin was at 40,000. So I mean, whoever bought here didn't make much sense, but it's now at around $33. It'll be interesting here. I'm going to give you a nice tip that I usually, this is meant for the private Discord chat room, but here's a free one. So you see GBTC is around $33. If we see the $33 or GBTC below Bitcoin's price, so let's say if Bitcoin's at 40,000 and GBTC's at $30, then there would be an arbitrage opportunity there to buy GBTC. So something to keep in mind when you're looking at GBTC and trading it off with Bitcoin. So, but now it has come off. We could see GBTC hit the $25 mark right at this 20-day EMA on the weekly. If we look at the dailies, it's already broken the 20-day EMA. We could see it. We could see it at a support level. I said 25, so we could see it reach here, which would be the support at this level here. We could easily break the $30 mark, which would be the 50-day. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised of a $20 move, so that would be the 200 EMA. 200 EMA where it could bounce, where it could find nice support here at $20 and then spike back up. And last but not least is Ethereum. I've been mentioning this over and over and over and over and over again. So like I said, I expected Ethereum to hit 1500, came very close to that. We could still see a run up. It's the time for alt seasons, alternative coins to show its rally. We had Bitcoin first, now Bitcoin's coming off and slowing down. Now we can see alternative coins such as Ethereum and the other altcoins start to rise up, and we did see that. And I did mention this, that the dip in Ethereum of 800 should be bought up, and we're already at 1300. We reached close to 1500, and we could get there. So something to keep in mind. Other than that, showed you equities, I showed you bonds, I showed you cryptocurrencies, commodities if you want to take a look at. We'll do something. Wait, hold on. March contract. So I'm looking here on the futures contract. Yeah, so oil, consolidating here. Just really consolidating here. Could see another run up in oil. Could hit the $60 mark. Eventually there will be a nice trade. There will be a nice trade to short oil. I'm waiting for that. Yeah, so this is kind of a long-term trend line. Would have to break 54, and then we could see it hit 58 or even to $60, then followed by a sell-off later on. So something to keep an eye on for oil, but nothing major to trade off of right now. Let's see, nat gas is another one. I think it was March contract. So I mentioned this in the private Discord chat room. We have a options play on how to trade this. We do see nat gas kind of consolidating here. We could see continuation. We could see continuation here in nat gas. It could go up and then reject this level and continue down lower, or it could just continue from here. Right now on our options trade, we have puts on this, so we're expecting this downward trend to continue. With summer approaching, And we're all already in February. We could expect warmer weathers, and we could expect nat gas to come off. But it's something to monitor. The only thing that I don't like about this trade is we did come off a lot, and now we're just like consolidating here. Looks like we're taking a breather. So we'll have to monitor to see if it reaches this trend line, and if we can continue and break out of this trend line, then we could see a rally all the way back up to the highs. But if not, we could see kind of downward trend followed by consolidation, a breather, and then boom, another downward trend lower. I'm kind of more expecting the downward trend, but let's see what happens. Um, risk only what you're willing to lose. And yeah, I mean, if we get this trade lower below this level, then it would be quite of a bearish sign. So something to keep in mind on also. So this is basically everything, most of the stuff that I do want to share, and what I share with the private members, and what I will be doing in the future for the private members. If this is something you like, and you like the trade ideas, and you like discussions, and you want to be part of a community that discusses about opportunities in the markets, whether it's stocks, whether it's ETFs, options, CFDs, futures, or even other things like real estate, this would be a great chat room to discuss it. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. Hope you will give this video a like and subscribe. And do check out the InfoVest Instagram page. Let's see if I have it on my website. I don't know if I do. Find out. Yes, we do. Okay, here it is. So, infovesting.com. Here's everything that I post and update on. You can check out the ideas here. Give us a follow. And yeah, and then see what else. And if you are interested in the private member Discord chat room, feel free to join there. And what else can I share with you? Yeah. Oh, if you wanted to join the free one, the free Discord chat room, you can just simply go to services, free Discord chat room, and you'll get all the information here. And the invitation link is there. All you have to do is download the Discord app and join the link, and that's about it. So, anyways, that's it for me. Well, if you have any questions, let me know, and hope this video was informative for you. Thanks. Cheers. Have a good day. Bye.